exhaustion, heavy eyelids. John rubbed his eyes, trying to focus on the road. Another hour, he thought, just need to find a motel. He'd been driving for hours, long past sunset. The GPS died miles back, leaving him stranded in the middle of nowhere. Every road looked the same, dark, desolate and unsettling. Just as his hope began to dwindle, he saw it, a signpost at an intersection. It was weathered and barely visible in the darkness, but it offered a glimmer of hope. John gripped the steering wheel, a surge of relief washing over him. He took a deep breath, hoping this detour would lead him back to civilization. Little did he know, he was driving straight into a nightmare. The road was shrouded in an eerie silence. The trees on either side seemed to reach towards the car, their branches like skeletal fingers scratching at the windows. John rolled down his window a crack, hoping to hear something, anything other than the unnerving quiet. But the silence was absolute, broken only by the hum of his engine. He pressed on, the feeling of unease growing with every mile. The road was completely deserted, not a single car or sign of life in sight. He thought about turning back, but the thought of driving through the night, lost and alone, was even more terrifying. Then, in the distance, he saw a figure standing in the middle of the road. John slammed on the brakes, the car skidding to a stop. He squinted through the windshield, trying to make out the figure in the faint moonlight. It was a man, tall and slender, wearing a long dark coat. He stood motionless, his face obscured by the shadows. As John cautiously approached, the man's face slowly turned towards him. A wide, unnerving grin spread across his face, revealing a set of teeth that seemed too sharp, too long. John's blood ran cold. There was something deeply disturbing about the man's smile, something predatory. Section 4. No escape. Fear coiled in John's stomach. He considered rolling up his window and driving away, but something held him back. The man made no move to approach, just stood there, his grin unwavering. "Are you all right?" John called out nervously, his voice trembling. The man didn't answer. He just kept grinning, his eyes locked on John with an intensity that was both mesmerizing and terrifying. John's hand trembled as he put the car in reverse. He had to get out of there. He had to escape. As he shifted the car into drive, he saw it, a flash of movement in the rearview mirror. The man was gone. Section 5. Trapped. John's heart pounded in his chest. He gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white as ghosts. Where had he gone? He spun around, frantically searching the roadside. There was nowhere for the man to hide, yet he had vanished. Suddenly, a cold hand shot out from the back seat and clamped over John's mouth, stifling his scream. John thrashed wildly, his blood turning to ice as he felt the man's hot, fetid breath on his ear. "Don't worry," the man whispered, his voice a chilling rasp. "This will be fun. Like and subscribe if you dare."